This is a special Thursday edition of JoeLumb's album review. As of last week, it was announced that Megadeth's next album will be their final one as they embark on a farewell tour starting in 2026. If I had to ask you all which Megadeth album is more popular, you'll probably look at the classic Megadeth lineup with Dave Mustaine, David Ellefson, Marty Friedman, and Nick Menza, with albums like Rust in Peace and Countdown to Extinction. Those albums I reviewed over the last year. But I'm also certain that Peace Sells But Who's Buying is a very popular Megadeth album, and it's the topic of this week's special Thursday edition of JoeLumb's album review. Keep in mind, long before Marty Friedman and Nick Menza were part of Megadeth, the two Daves, Mustaine and Ellefson, along with Chris Poland and Garth Samuelson, first got together and recorded their debut record, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. That album was faster and heavier than Metallica's debut record, Kill 'Em All. In an interview with Metal Forces in December of 1985, Dave Mustaine stated that the band had already began writing and recording music for what will become Peace Sells But Who's Buying. Songs like Bad Omen and Black Friday were completed. According to Mustaine, they were a total blur, being much faster than Rattlehead, which was taken from the aforementioned Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. Wake Up Dead was written about a man cheating on his girlfriend with another woman, and if his girl found out, she'd kill him. The Conjuring is about a satanic ceremony, making references about being the devil's advocate and his salesman. But Mustaine explained the song is about black magic, but since the subject matter appears incompatible due to his conversion to Christianity, the song had not been played live since 2001 until June 12, 2018, when Megadeth performed the song in the Czech Republic. Peace Sells reflects on Mustaine's political and social beliefs. The lyrics are a disapproval of the American way and convey the frontman's wish for a new social structure. Devil's Island is a reference to a former French penal colony, and the lyrics detail the thoughts of a condemned prisoner awaiting execution on death row, but is spared by God and must spend the rest of his life on the island. Good Morning, Black Friday is a two-piece song, which begins with the instrumental section of Good Morning, and the description of Black Friday is about a homicidal madman who goes on a killing spree with an excessive use of gory language and violent imagery, as the song chronicles the acts of a serial killer. Bad Omen explores the theme of occultism. I Ain't Superstitious was originally recorded by Howlin' Wolf in 1961, written by Willie Dixon, but Megadeth's version is vastly different than the original. And My Last Words is about a game of Russian roulette and the fear one goes through while playing the game. That closing track was Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich's favorite Megadeth song. The lyrical content of what will become Peace Sells, Mustaine and Ellefson stated that they wanted to change the public perception of heavy metal by writing songs that contained socially aware lyrics. Mustaine himself further noted that the band wasn't aware of the political situation at the time, and that some of his political beliefs were reflected in his songs. Every single track, with the exception of I Ain't Superstitious, written by Willie Dixon, were written by Dave Mustaine. Wake Up Dead clocks in at 3:40. The Conjuring clocks in at 5:04. Peace Sells clocks in at 4:04. Devil's Island clocks in at 5:05. Good Morning Black Friday clocks in at 6:41. Bad Omen clocks in at 4:05. I Ain't Superstitious clocks in at 2:46. And My Last Words clocks in at 4:57. Megadeth's second album, Peace Sells But Who's Buying, was released on September 25th, 1986 on Capitol Records. Even though the project was originally handled by Combat Records with producer Randy Burns, Capitol Records bought the rights to the record and hired a producer named Paul Laney to mix the record. The album's cover art was done by Ed Repka, featuring the band's mascot, Vic Rattlehead, in front of a wrecked United Nations headquarters. Since its release, Peace Sells reached number 76 on a Billboard 200 and went platinum in the United States. My overall rating for this record is a 7.5 out of 10. In retrospect, this album has been regarded as a milestone of the American thrash metal movement, along with Slayer's Rain in Blood and Metallica's Master of Puppets, two other thrash metal masterpieces I reviewed over the past year. You can check out my playlist for those two reviews. My favorite tracks off of Peace Sells but Who's Buying are Peace Sells, Wake Up Dead, and Devil's Island. I never had a chance to listen to songs like The Conjuring, Bad Omen, or Good Morning Black Friday. When I ranked all of Megadeth's studio discography, this one was ranked 4th. Check out my Megadeth rankings video if you haven't already. For more album reviews like this one, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.